In our society, there is frequently a lot of pressure to always be very friendly. Our culture has evolved to value popularity as a significant type of money. A significant factor that influences how many individuals spend their time and effort is the desire to brag about all of their exploits to arouse the admiration and jealousy of others, particularly in the internet age. Many of these individuals are unaware of how tiring this type of performative lifestyle can be and how it results in a feeling of ongoing pressure and discontent. However, this crippling form of social anxiety doesn't affect Sigma males as much. They enjoy spending a lot of time alone for reasons that may be illuminating to those who struggle with the pressure to perform well in front of others because of their standing as the lone wolves of society. We're delving deeper into this subject and examining the causes of Sigma guys' preference for solitude. They can resolve issues on their own. Despite their quick wit and innate propensity for critical thought, Sigma males are not often the type to speak up about the issues they're facing. They frequently have a lot of thoughts throughout the day and enjoy carefully considering their difficulties. The companionship of others stops Sigma males from giving their problem-solving efforts their whole concentration, which is what they prefer to do. Sigmas rarely get the opportunity to process their issues, particularly when they must spend a lot of time in extroverted settings where they are surrounded by other people. Sigma guys must spend time away from hectic social settings to ensure they have the solitude they need to focus on their internal techniques of problem solving. They need to spend time alone so they can disengage from outside distractions and solve any issues that arise. Their perception of themselves has nothing to do with other people. The full independence of the Sigma male mentality when it comes to self-esteem is one of its most distinctive characteristics. The opinions of others around us influence how we feel about ourselves in great part for almost everyone in society, but Sigma males are particularly immune to the influence of others' opinions. They spend a lot of time alone, pay attention to their deepest thoughts, and are completely honest with themselves, which helps them build a strong sense of inner identity. Many people in society spend a lot of time with other people to identify themselves and enhance their self-image by viewing themselves through others' perspectives. Sigma guys don't have this need to be validated by others, therefore they may be alone for extended periods without it harming how they see themselves. Their speed is their own. It can be challenging to convince Sigma guys to follow any other rhythm than their own because they march to the beat of their drums. They typically struggle to adapt to other people's rhythms because they are used to handling situations independently and according to their own. Sigma guys are very aware of who they are, and they dislike having to adjust their methods of operation to suit the requirements or preferences of others. They like the freedom to create their schedules and work at their own pace. For Sigma males, spending a lot of time alone is essential to attaining this. They will spend a lot of time by themselves to ensure that they are finishing a task the way they want and at their particular speed, especially when it is a significant job. Their interests tend to be specialized and deeply personal. Male Sigmas have naturally inquisitive brains and frequently develop ardent interests in a wide range of topics. They are renowned for being completely engrossed in their subjects and conducting extensive research on them. Due to the depth of their knowledge, many Sigma males wind up developing a reputation for being something of a walking encyclopedia. They acquire this knowledge while alone and are quite content to spend extended periods alone if doing so allows them to properly focus on their hobbies. Being natural explorers, they frequently discover themselves having interests that may appear somewhat specialized to others. Because they develop such specialized and deeply personal interests, they frequently are the only person they know who shares those interests. Sigma males are perfectly pleased to explore their hobbies on their own if they are unable to do so with others. They process during their alone time. Sigma guys, like all introverted personality types, require time alone to process their environment. Contrarily, more extroverted, outgoing personality types sometimes require verbal feedback from those around them to process and completely grasp their feelings. The presence of others, on the other hand, is distracting to Sigma males in this regard and makes it difficult for them to properly understand their emotions and experiences. Spending time alone is incredibly important for the Sigma male's ability to process and deal with his environment. And as Sigma males are usually very passionate about their personal growth, it comes as no surprise then that they make taking this time alone a particular priority in life. Other people often misunderstand them. Sigma males are the rarest of all the male personality types found in the social dominance hierarchy. In fact, unlike alphas and betas, Sigma males do not operate within the hierarchy at all. Rather, they exist outside of it, and for those who live within the hierarchy, this can seem odd and be rather difficult to understand. Sigma males often struggle with being misunderstood by others who don't understand their lack of a need to please others or gain approval. They don't put out the same effort into a social performance that the majority of people in society do, which perplexes those around them. Sigma guys will frequently like their own company the most and find it a comfort not having to continually explain themselves to the people around them because they are prone to be misunderstood or misinterpreted by others. They don't deal in superficialities. Sigma males are notorious for their lack of interest in superficialities such as passing trends or small talk. As we have covered, they are naturally deep thinkers who search for a genuine sense of value in their experiences. Small talk or other actions taken to cultivate a superficial appearance or image are of little importance to Sigma males. Rather than constantly having to exhaust themselves with keeping up appearances to the outside world, Sigma males get great pleasure out of simply spending time by themselves without anyone else to please. When Sigma males spend time alone, they can dive deep into things and forget about any surface-level trivialities. Whether it be listening to music, reading a book, or developing a skill, Sigma males like to dig down right to the heart of the matter and focus on the real meat of their interests. They require some time to rest. Spending time alone is not only enjoyable for introverted personality types, it is also necessary. Researchers that have researched the brain, including psychologists and neuroscientists, have proposed a link between introverted persons' real brain makeup and their need for solitude. Extroverts respond favorably to the dopamine levels released by the stimulation of social engagement. They experience satisfaction and reward from spending a lot of time with many different people. However, introverted personality types, like Sigma males, respond to these dopamine levels differently. They can frequently feel more overwhelmed than happy if exposed to others for an extended period since they are so sensitive to this type of neurotransmission. They are particularly susceptible to being mentally tired by the kind of stimulus they get when in the company of others. Like all introverted people, Sigma guys require a lot of alone time to refuel and ensure that they are not being depleted by excessive social stimuli. An individual can unwind by staying home and engaging in their favorite pleasures and hobbies. They're their own best friends. While Sigma males of course possess a wide variety of friends throughout their lives, they are not particularly attached to the need for friendship. Of course, they enjoy a good friend when one comes into their lives, but it is not generally something they seek out. True friendship is often something that takes a great deal of time for a Sigma male to form with another person. It may take many years for a Sigma male to develop the level of trust that he needs to truly hold someone dear and consider them a real friend. Sigma males look within for these traits rather than constantly depending on others to meet their demands. They provide the finest guidance for themselves and make ideal partners. It should not come as a surprise that Sigma males enjoy being alone because they view themselves as their closest buddy during their entire life. They value independence and hate dependency above all else. Sigma males make their way in life. They structure their lives around the ideal of freedom and independence and hate nothing more than feeling trapped or being told what to do. Sigmas will do everything in their power to maintain as much autonomy as possible, and feel very uncomfortable when they start to sense dependency on others. To avoid getting too entangled with the needs and expectations of others, Sigma males often choose to spend a lot of time simply in the company of nobody else but themselves. This way they know they don't run the risk of anyone around them holding an overblown set of expectations for them, and they can live safe in the knowledge that their precious independence is secure. They are quite intelligent. Male Sigmas have a strong inherent intellect that enables them to have a deep understanding of their surroundings. They frequently have a desire for lifelong learning and dedicate their entire lives to absorbing as much information as they can. They frequently have the reputation of being walking encyclopedias because of their great intelligence and capacity for knowledge retention, and they are frequently the first person others consult when they need an answer to a topic. Sigma males don't like to box themselves in any area of life, and as such tend to have noticeably broad bases of knowledge that can span topics that present a lot of contrast to one another. What's more, Sigma males are never intimidated by the fact that there's something they don't know. They embrace any area of ignorance they feel they might have and are enthusiastic about filling in the gaps, rather than living in blissful ignorance. They don't care what you think about them. Whereas most men in society gain some degree of their sense of worth from the opinions that others hold of them, this is not true of the Sigma males. Sigma males are lone wolves insofar as they live outside of the hierarchy of social dominance. This means that their rank in comparison to others is not what defines their behavior, or their self-worth. When it comes to impressing others, there is only one opinion that truly matters to the Sigma male, and that's his own. He won't waste his efforts trying to win the approval or affection of those around him, because, although he might never say it aloud, he honestly doesn't care what anyone else thinks of him. When necessary, they are effective leaders. The introverted nature of Sigma guys prevents them from overtly displaying their more outgoing traits. However, Sigma males exhibit a variety of introverted and extroverted traits, many of which appear to be at odds with one another. Some people now refer to the Sigma male as the introverted alpha. This refers to the fact that even though he may be naturally reserved and prefer to keep to himself, the Sigma male can make a very strong leader when the need arises. He keeps a cool head and can treat everyone as equals, as he doesn't care for rubbing shoulders with those he deems popular or more important. When Sigmas take charge, they almost always win a lot of respect from their team and prove to be strong leaders. This, however, is something they most often choose to keep to themselves. They don't act shy. As we've previously mentioned, Sigma males' apparent conflicting features of introversion and extroversion contribute to part of what makes them so alluring and enigmatic to outsiders. They enjoy their alone time, but it's a frequent misperception that this is because they are shy people. This is the furthest thing from the truth. In contrast to shyness, which derives from a deep-seated fear of being rejected, the Sigma man chooses to keep to himself more out of a sense of confidence. He refrains from forcing himself to speak out until he has something he honestly believes is valuable to say because he is aware that he has nothing to prove to anyone else. While other people might mistake this reticence for timidity, Sigma males know that this is not the case. They have odd and eclectic interests. As we've said, Sigma males tend to have razor-sharp intellect and an encyclopedic knowledge of the things they're interested in. When it comes to the development of these interests, Sigma males truly embody what it means to be a lone wolf. Their lack of concern for judgment at the hand of others means that they feel far freer than most others in society to explore the interests that truly fill them with passion. They never worry about what their neighbors would think if they take up a strange or uncommon interest. As a result, Sigma males frequently develop a variety of oddball or specialized interests that other people might be astonished to learn about. Sigma guys never boast about their accomplishments or hobbies, therefore the full scope of their unusual and diversified interests is frequently kept a well-guarded secret. They leave no stone unturned. Sigma males are highly thorough in their thought patterns. They are naturally deep thinkers who can reach almost obsessive levels when it comes to making sure they've looked at something from every angle. There's nothing a Sigma male hates more than being caught off guard, and analyzing everything to its full extent is one of the best tools in their arsenal when it comes to avoiding being blindsided. Though his appearance and demeanor may give the impression that he arrives at every decision or conclusion with ease, the truth is that the Sigma male carefully turns every possibility over in his mind before setting anything in stone. His cool exterior usually does little to give it away, but Sigma males tend to be at least one step ahead of just about everyone around them. Few people they trust. Sigma males are lone wolves and do not rely on anyone for anything. They detest all forms of dependence and will do anything to avoid feeling as though they must rely on others. He keeps a small number of individuals close to him because he invests a lot of time and energy into becoming as independent as he can be. The friends and close associates a Sigma male does choose to keep can often take many years to reach that level of closeness. Sigma males don't rush into letting in those around them, and so they take a particularly long time to build up trust. At the end of the day, this usually means that there are very few people a Sigma male trusts in the world. If you happen to be close friends with a Sigma male, count yourself lucky, as not many get to lay claim to such a title. They might be fixated on solving issues. Many people unconsciously avoid confronting issues that they anticipate being particularly challenging to resolve. They will avoid getting into the core of a problem, at best attempting to deal with some of the symptoms on the surface. However, for the Sigma guy, this is just not an option. Especially when it comes to dealing with challenges relating to their character or lifestyle, Sigma guys are fixated on finding solutions. Sigma males know that growth and independence are inextricably linked, and their pursuit of freedom and autonomy is underpinned by a constant need to tackle the problems that might be holding them back. To the outside, it might seem like a Sigma male naturally has all of his affairs in order and himself under control, but this is not without a deep, concentrated effort on problem solving and growth. They are always doing analysis. Male Sigmas have a cool, collected appearance that contributes to the mystique they are frequently associated with. One of a Sigma's best kept secrets is the genuine nature of their thinking, which may be extremely difficult to discern. In actuality, typical male cognitive processes are very analytical. Their highly perceptive way of looking at the world is attuned to pick up on small details that others miss and is underpinned by a highly analytical mindset. Though they can appear highly calm and stoic to the outside, often the Sigma male's mind will be filled with a whirl of complicated thoughts rushing back and forth. The stoic appearance of a Sigma male should not let you be fooled. They're almost certainly analyzing whatever is in front of them. They would rather be alone. Sigma males typically don't express their desires or preferences to others in an overt manner. Normally, they just act how they see fit, and those around them infer that from their behavior. Male Sigmas enjoy their alone time but don't feel the need to publicly declare it. The introverted quality of their social personas is respected by Sigma guys, who are not inherently antisocial. Introverted personality types often feel exhausted by overexposure to social settings, and need plenty of time alone to relax and recharge. Sigma males use their time alone to process everything they've experienced, and doing so is central to their constant growth and their sense of autonomy. A Sigma male might never openly declare himself to be a loner, but the truth is that they prefer to be by themselves most of the time. They would rather be alone. Sigma males typically don't express their desires or preferences to others in an overt manner. Normally, they just act how they see fit, and those around them infer that from their behavior. Male Sigmas enjoy their alone time but don't feel the need to publicly declare it. The introverted quality of their social personas is respected by Sigma guys, who are not inherently antisocial. But in truth, all Sigma males want is to do their own thing and be left unbothered by society's demands and expectations. They are not as cold or intimidating as their stoic exterior might suggest. As they're not very verbal with their inner thoughts, and they tend not to care what impression others have of them, they do little to dispel any reputation as being intimidating that might form around them, but secretly Sigma males tend to be harmless if perhaps a tad misunderstood personality type.